we don't make it easy on ourselves, do we, you guys? In true Manchester United fashion, we score a stoppage time winner to beat Fulham 3-2 at Old Trafford. And that makes it 3 wins on the bounce for the first time in a few years, too, I think, if I remember correctly. But we're here today to react to the match, react to the performances, a little look at the numbers, and of course, want to get your player ratings to see, what you thought of some of the performances. Not everybody had an outstanding match this time, in my opinion. I can't wait to hear what you guys have to say. But we'll talk about all that. We'll kick things off with a little news as well, because we obviously you can't have the end of the transfer window without a little bit of news and drama. So we'll talk about that as well. So you guys, make sure you like. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, you guys. Check those memberships. Don't forget, it is the last day for 25% off. So we're going to get stuck in. Let's do it. And look at that. I have myself a little bit of a surprise guest today. Big up, Dylan. How you doing today, bud?
Doing great now that we won. It made us sweat, so
Oh,
that's
yeah.
good.
They made us
Oof,
work for it for sure, man. They
that
made us
was
work
that
for
was
it.
scary.
What'd you think of the new intro video, man?
That's awesome. I
Yeah.
love that intro video, man.
Yeah, got that in now. I gotta go add a bunch of copyright stuff to the video description now because I got in trouble last time, but it's all good. But hope you guys are doing well. Big day. I hope everyone's doing well. We did win a game, so that's always good to do. Big up Danny B in the house. Yes, please do hit that like button, you guys. Don't forget too, it's 25% off. Dylan, you can point to it if you want to. 25% off is the
All right.
last day for it in the United vs. Everybody store. I did put a link in the chat for you guys, but I did also put a poll in the chat for you guys as we go along. So, but Dylan, big 3-2 win, man. They did make us work for it. I said it was going to be a test.
Yeah, and we talked about it in on Wednesday, and with the preview and everything. Fulham are going to play you tough, and they're not going to give up. That's just how they are. So I fully expect them to at least get one goal, and then for them to get two. Oof.
Yeah, it was a test, and it ended up being a test, but not in the way that I thought it would be in the match preview, which we're going to talk about here in a little while. So, but we're going to dive into some news to start. So, obviously, ahead of this, obviously, the big news was the protest. There were a bunch of protests. There's that big purple building we walked by like every
Mm-hmm.
day, about 8 times
Day.
on our way to the Airbnb.
Mm-hmm.
Big protest ahead of this one. Obviously, the 1958 Tri United, all these guys were not happy with ownership and everything. But as you can see, tons and tons of people there. Dylan, how do you feel about protests? What are your thoughts when you see something like that going on ahead of a match?
Well, number one, obviously, we've talked about it too. There's a disconnected feel. It seems like with the ownership and the fans on how they view how the club is run,
Yeah,
and so this is honestly the best way to go about doing it to get the ownership really to pay attention because I mean they're still going to go and watch the match. You can see that, but as long as it's peaceful, I have no problems with this. We don't want
yeah,
to have violence or anything. We don't want to have hooliganism. But going out, protesting, sharing your point and things like that, perfect. That's how you get your point across. So hopefully, I mean, I doubt it. I just know that we protested before and a lot hasn't changed, but who knows? Good on them for voicing their opinion. So.
yeah. I think everybody should have a right to protest. I don't know what the Constitution is like in the UK, and here in the States, you do have a right to peaceably assemble, right? So as long as, like you're saying, yeah, spot on. As long as it's everyone's staying safe. I know Mark from over at Tactical Devils and United Lens was heading up early for the protest, so hopefully, everybody seems like. I mean, we haven't heard anything, so I assume everything's
Yeah.
fine. But yeah, protests did go on today, so big up everybody. That's one thing. I mean, we can win these matches. We can do pretty well, right? We just always want to make sure that we don't forget that the owners have a lot of accountability, a lot of responsibility, and just a lot of, just frustrated fans that they really should be doing more, not to appease, you don't appease, but doing more to at least show that they're considering what's going
Yes.
on, right? That they hear
Yes.
things that are happening. So,
Yeah.
um, big up the women's team, too. Big 3-1 win today over the Scousers. So big up that. Watched that one a little bit this morning. Brace for Nelson, the goal from Rolfo as well, one of our new signings. Jade Riviera, man, it's not just because she played ball here at U of M and anything. Jade, it was an absolute boss today. Loads of clutch challenges from Jade later on. 3 tackles, 4
Mhm.
interceptions. She won the most duels. She is one of the best female right backs I've ever seen. She's doing an absolute boss. Baxi big ups says props to Shesko. He
Hey.
looked hungry. And that's part of it. We'll talk a little bit. Obviously, we're going to do some player ratings today. I want to hear your thoughts on everything. We'll go through each player and everything and talk a little bit about the match, some numbers and stuff. But yeah, Shesko, that's part of, I think, maybe what Carrick does here and there. He does kind of keep players hungry, maybe, and maybe it's just, hey, this is the way I want to use you. I need to see something from you in training, and then when we get there, we get there. Big up Danny. Yes, Danny always praising the channel. So, but yeah, big up the women's team. Like to see them doing their thing. A little bit of a blow here. Rotten luck for one of our youngsters. I don't know if you guys watch any of the championships. Obviously, Norwich played Middlesbrough yesterday. Big Middlesbrough won that 1-0. Hayden Hackney with the goal, man of the match. Anybody on permanent Hayden Hackney watch knows that he's a boss. But yeah, so Norwich manager Philippe Clement confirmed at the weekend that Harry Amos did suffer a long-term injury in training. Now, he was at Sheffield Wednesday on loan, came
Yep.
back to United in January because technically his loan ended in January. And he went back to Norwich, but immediately it pretty much looks like his season's almost done. We haven't had any specifics yet. I don't know if you've seen any details, Dylan,
Mhm.
but
No, it's the first I'm hearing of this.
yeah, the clubs are going to connect, talk, figured out what's going on. But if you watch the presser, if you looked at Clement's kind of demeanor, his body language, it doesn't look good. Now, that could just be he's bummed because he just got a new player and a really good young player, and then he immediately
Yep.
lost him after like a week. I don't know, but it's not great. So sorry about that, Harry Amos, man. Is a big up. He was doing so well too.
Hmm.
Sheffield Wednesday moved him into the left wing back role. He was having amazing performances despite what
Player
Amorim.
of the month.
Yeah, back to back. I think he's got some
Yeah.
Boston performances there. Devasi, big ups, no problem. Better late than never, man. You did miss the intro though, the cool intro, but it's all good. Dylan's super happy about that. Do you just like it because it ends on you, Dylan?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. I didn't even watch the rest of it. I just saw the end.
No, I
I
was
don't know what
waiting
happened.
for me.
Beck says Shesko looked like a 9 today. He found great space. Yeah, we're gonna watch that. We're gonna watch his goal again because it was what I've been asking for from Shesko recently. Just one touch, bang. One touch, bang. That's all I need from him. Big up, Darko. Good to see you, bud. Sticking with youngsters, I've read that Rotherham are interested in loaning out or loaning in Gabriel Biancheri. I'm going to put this down here so we can see ourselves before the window closes. Biancheri also obviously doing very, very well for the youngsters.
Hmm.
You guys know that I really, really like Biancheri a lot. I think he could be an excellent. If we were still playing with Amorim, I thought he could be an excellent one of those 10s. He is not necessarily, I wouldn't call Biancheri a 9. I'd call him a forward, but we'll see what happens. Have you watched a lot of the youngsters this year, Bill?
Just clips here and there from some of the youth cup games, but yeah, he's a baller. He gets into good space. He makes good decisions. He's still young. He's learning, but man, he's one for the future. As long as we can keep him healthy, keep him interested, and hopefully, I think a loan would be great for him. Just something to get
Yeah.
some more experience. So
Just a 6 month loan, I think, could be really
yeah.
good. Just go off and get some experience playing English football against grown
Hmm.
men in a tough league. I mean, if you can excel in the championship, you can do well pretty much anywhere. I mean, it's a very physical, it's a longer season as
Yep.
well. The pitches are not great. I enjoy it. You and I went to obviously that Salford match. Obviously, it's not championship, it's lower league, but we had a blast. I love those
Hmm.
smaller grounds. I love those kind of more intimate, kind of close knit settings. I mean, it helps when we get some food and stuff too, right?
Oh
And it helps if we meet a former United player as well. Um, but yeah, so Rotherham could be making a move for Gabriel Biancheri, 6 month loan. Sheffield United, I read today, could make a late loan move for Diego Leon. Sounds like one of their players, Sam McCollum, picked up a long term injury, so maybe they're in need of a left back. Diego Leon, obviously, young player we brought in. He's been doing pretty well. He scored an absolute
yeah.
whirly. I think it was against Spurs in the under 18s, under 21s a couple months back. He could be going out on loan. Another one. We got left backs going out on loan left and right. One of them's injured, one of them going out. But good loan moves. Like you say, it's good to go get some minutes. Good
Hmm.
to go see what they can do. Are they ready or not? Amos, you guys know it was one watching him last season. I wasn't quite convinced about his physicality. he turned it around. Diego Leon, he's very young. He's just 18, but we'll see. So if he can hang, I got no problem with it. So, but that is the news of the day, everyone. That didn't take long, did it? There's not much. I wish there were more
No,
transfer news. We talked about a lot about the transfer news the other
yeah.
day. Did you see anything in news wise that you wanted to bring up, though?
No, nothing of note.
All right, let's dive into this match, you guys. Make sure you like, make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Starting with team selection, because it was pretty much an unchanged 11 from Carrick, right?
Hmm.
If you guys
Besides
remember.
the
Besides, yeah, besides
forced one.
Dorgu,
Yeah.
yeah, which it is what it is.
Yeah.
But I mean, that probably would have been an unchanged 11 for the third match in a row if Dorgu would have been fit. What did you make of the fact that guys like Sesko, I mean Ugarte, these Mizraoui still on the bench and whatnot, Zirkzee back in the squad? What did you make? What do you make overall of the unchanged 11s for consecutive? Are you like a if it ain't broke, don't fix it, or would you like to see some of the other players get a little bit more minutes?
Well, I'd like to see that because I do think having a deeper squad is good just to give people minutes. We need the consistency right now. Three
Yeah,
matches with Carrick isn't is good, but it's not really enough to get everything down. You can see that we can still see, especially in the final third, we're not necessarily making the best passing decision, or some of with some of the runs aren't always great. There's
hmm
good runs. We're making decisions like that, but I'd rather keep everybody together while we can, and then get like hopefully get a few goals, maybe then throw on some other guys that can
yeah,
be impactful. Like we know Xerxes can come in and be impactful.
yeah. He's back in the
Maybe
squad today after a
yeah,
little bit of timeout, huh?
yeah. I'm sure he was looking forward to a Roma move or something just to get some more time. But
I don't know. He looked pretty happy celebrating. He doesn't. I mean, the press are pretty quick to talk about how these players want to leave, but
yeah,
then we score goals and these players look
yeah,
just as happy as ever. So I mean, it is what it is.
yeah. I don't know.
Lacey back in the squad today, which
Hmm.
cool to see. Would have been nice to see me again, but again, it was one of those situations where all right, we need we need to keep up here.
Yeah,
We need some help though. Four defenders on the bench today, only one center midfielder, and it was Ugarte, and then we have three attackers, and one of them is a kid, and one of them's just back from injury.
yeah.
Um, we need some help, man. Mount not in the squad at all today. I don't know what happened there.
Guess he picked up an injury in training. I picked up a knock. Who knows?
Of course he did. If he
Yeah,
did, man, he's got to. He's if it. And again, I didn't see any details, but if it's an injury for him, and if it's the same, he needs. We got to do.
yeah.
He's got to go. But like, how do you sell someone who's constantly injured?
Exactly. I guess you could just pay out his contract or something, release him. But
And he's on a lot of money too.
and that's the thing. So I guess we just keep seeing what we can get.
Yeah, it's frustrating, man. We're already. I mean, we're at a net negative when it comes to personnel. Like we've spent a lot, but personnel wise, we actually lost a lot more players this summer than we brought in.
Hmm.
So it is a bit of a struggle. We do have a bit of a thin squad, unfortunately. Baxi says today was a match to see if we could kick on. I think that win will boost our confidence. We will go on a run now. It was a tough ask today. It definitely was a tough ask
Yeah.
today. Dabasi says at some point we have to sell Delit. You think we need to sell Delit, Dabasi? What do you think, Dylan?
Depends on the injuries. I mean, he's almost going to Mason Mount territory with some of those injuries because he's been injured quite a bit wherever he's gone.
Well,
I rate him.
he
He's
made
a
it.
great player, but
Yeah,
I
he
just yeah,
he made it all pretty much all last year until late in the spring without picking up any injuries, which I
yeah.
was impressed with. And this one, I'm not sure what happened in this one, but it's the back issue. But
Hmm.
um, back issues is hard because your back is connected to like everything. I mean, depending on what area of the back, if it's a nerve thing, if it's a disc thing, if it's just like a muscle or whatever, like you could feel that almost anywhere depending on where it is.
Yeah,
You could like it's so weird. And again, your back pretty much controls so much of what you're doing. And so I can understand the not wanting to risk it. And Carrick has said a couple times it's a little bit more serious than they initially thought. So, but I don't know. Obviously, we might not know. It's private health information. We're not really entitled to it. So,
yeah,
but it is a bit of a bummer. DeBoss's lower back anomaly. I guess I have no idea. I mean, it could just be from carrying the rest of these players on his back for a while, but who
yeah.
knows? But performance wise, I mean, we it was kind of a lot of what we thought we were going to see, except what I was worried about happening today was the opposite. I was worried about trying to break down Fulham's defense, but it was our defense that I really need to be worried about because we did not play well. Obviously, they played a little bit about what I thought they might do, looking for that long ball to Wilson over and over and over again, finding it in high wide areas. And I thought that I don't know what your thoughts were on this if you noticed this, but I thought our fullbacks were kind of playing into that a little bit, but we were very narrow
Hmm.
whenever they were trying to counter. We left a lot of space in wide positions, and it
Yep.
led to
And they
one
would
of
go
their
by us.
goals.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't know why. Like we were trying to double mark like Raul Jimenez or something, and so both Shaw and Dallo were kind of getting very, very narrow. But it left so much space in there, and I didn't trust Dallo enough to get over wide to take it
That-
to put
yeah.
pressure on the ball. Go ahead.
That was the big thing with Shaw too, but Shaw has a little more know-how with that. But Dallo, when he's asked to do that, to go move, even move up into the midfield to mark, or even go too far, he then makes the wrong decision coming back. And you could
Yeah.
see at the beginning he didn't quite the pace with Chukwueze was giving him trouble, like what he was supposed to do, how he was supposed to play, and they figured Ahmad helped him out. They figured it out. Casemiro stepped over too. Um, but as he got tired, you could see he tried to be a little more hero ball, and that's that second goal or
Mm.
that penalty for Jimenez when he got that one. That as much as Maguire got the booking, and Dalla was too far out.
Yeah, it was a little annoying to watch over and over again. It just felt like that's where the danger, like you're saying, Chuck Wesley was a bit of a threat all the match. He was getting, he's pacey, he's dangerous, he's getting
And
into good positions.
and for me, and this is just a thing for me. That's one knock I'll give Carrick today. With that, I thought he brought the subs on too late.
Mm.
Specifically, at least a defensive sub, because you could see the defense was getting knackered. And Dallo, they went from Chukwueze was making runs, then we had him settled. When they took him out at the 65-minute, 70-minute, you know, should have thrown on Mizraoui there. Mizraoui is a little more defensively sound, but that was what I thought.
Yeah, and Marzarawi, he's just more direct. Like
Yeah,
he doesn't kind of stand off. He just like he's making a decision and he sticks with it. And I like he just looks a little bit more controlled. And again, he's a bit rusty still, but at the same time, a big part of that is because he's just not been playing. I wanted him to start more than he has been since coming back from
yeah,
AFCON. It's just a bit of a frustration that Dallo to me just he had one of those matches today where he looked a little bit unsure of what to do, a little bit
mm-hmm.
unsure of how to handle like who to press, who not to press. I
Yep,
was saving this for later, but we can put it up now since we're talking about it. But like this led to Jimenez's the penalty for Jimenez. So Dallo, so we got a runner wide, and we've got I think
mm-hmm.
that's I want to say that's Kevin moving in there.
Yeah,
And Maguire is kind of I don't have a problem with where Maguire is necessarily,
no,
but it's Dallo here again. This overload in this wide area where Dallo's does he has no clue who to pick
no,
up in this situation. And so he kind of makes the wrong decision there. He moves inward,
yeah,
and that's instantly the trigger for the wide. I think that might be Wilson. I can't remember um,
yeah,
to go running. And all this does is this means the ball finds its way internally, in like
mm-hmm.
centrally. But now Dallow's stuck tracking back because Kevin did his job and pulled him in, and now we've got this player. This Raul Jimenez is literally just in acres of space. He's got all this space to run into, all because Dallo didn't know which one to pick up and which one to leave. And maybe that's a communication problem. Maybe that's just a Dallo problem. Maybe I'm taking a little
Yeah.
too much credit away from Fulham there. I don't know. But what did you make of that?
I think they played into that. I think they figured it out once. Like I think communication was part of that, but when they brought Kevin on and I forget somebody else came on at the same time to bring I can't remember who, but when they brought those two on, and Cass came off shortly after. Before Cass came off, we still were doing all right. Once he left, I think part of that communication left, part of that stability left, because
Mm,
Ugarte comes on, and like you said before, Ugarte just is like just runs through everything.
yeah,
He's going to give you everything he's got, but it's not always going to be the best thing.
it's not going to be the
And
greatest, but he's going to give it to
yeah,
you.
and so the positioning changed, and the positioning wasn't started not to be as good, and so now I think that pulled Dallo up. And so that's part of the reason why he's probably in two minds. So I give Dallo a little bit more credit. He worked his way into the game until they took Kaz off, which
Yeah,
again, that just kind of
Sessignon is
shows
the other one who came on and caused us problems, huh?
Sessignon. Yes, yes. And so that was the big part when they, like you said, when they started seeing that they're trying to, they're going over the top, and that led to problems for us.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, they were. I mean, for play to Fulham, they were going for it. They were getting
Mm-hmm.
numbers for. They were overloading, and again, they were kind of isolated. And Dallow's the guy for all his intensity, all his athleticism. Sometimes his football IQ is just not there,
Mm-hmm.
and it's hard. Obviously, he's caught between a rock and a hard place. Who to handle, and
Yeah.
again, a little bit more communication probably would have helped a little more in that situation. But again, like it's acres of space once that ball in.
Mm-hmm.
It's just there's nothing anyone can do about that, like whatsoever. And again, we've seen this same movie play out a couple times now. I can't remember the match. I want to say maybe it was against Bournemouth. Casemiro and Dallo got
Yeah.
into a little bit of a situation that they gave away the ball too easily. They were both just kind of standing there, and it led to another. So it's just, and it was kind of indicative of the way we were defending a little bit overall today. It was a lot of back foot, a lot of passive,
Mm-hmm.
kind of standing off a little bit, kind of waiting for the pressure to
Yeah.
get. So instead of making it difficult on Fulham to
Yeah.
put that pressure on, and it was very, very, very frustrating to watch at times. I was getting super, super frustrated with it as that match went on. Again, it was just a bit too easy for him to get the ball from their half into our third, especially with guys like Chukwueze. It was super annoying. Let me get caught up on the chat here, you guys. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you guys are subscribing. Bexy says our attack now compared to Hoyland, Anthony, and Garnacho. Yeah, I mean we've got good players. We need them to start. Just I mean they're doing pretty well, right? Debasi says Maguire just doesn't have the legs to go highline. Yeah, I mean I don't have a problem with us, the defenders necessarily being slow if you know how to, if you can read the game, you've got good positioning, in good timing and anticipation, you'll look faster. I don't have a problem with it personally. I think Maguire on the ball as a distributor, I think Maguire kind of defending the box is just fine. But let's see. Um, I thought we also we looked a little switched off defending our box. Especially at the back post, we almost got punished for it late on. There was a chipped ball. I think it was from Iwobi to the back post, and Chukwueze was just left with
He's sitting there.
nobody.
Yep.
Yeah, and I was like, this is stuff we again. This is why I'm like, I'm not. This is the same players that have been doing this for years. Like
Yep.
Dallow's been guilty of this for
Well,
years.
sorry, just sorry to interrupt with that part, but
No,
just
good
talking
man.
about Dallo again. The cross at the beginning, it was one of the corners or whatever, like 15 minutes in, they went back post on Dallo again, and I could see it happening
Yeah,
because he's watching. He's not finding the man, and then by the time he finds him, the other guy's in the air. Luckily, he missed it, and then Lamas made the save. But yeah,
yeah, and it's similar goals. We're conceding very similar goals. Like again,
mm-hmm.
that kind of opportunity we didn't concede there, but again, it's an opportunity that we've seen many times. Just switching off at the back post, not
Yep.
really being alert to it. Like I said, Dallo getting caught between two minds, leaving a lot of space. It was passive.
Yep.
And even the way we're defending, whenever we make a clearance from the box, there was nobody there to win the second ball. The clearances were often central and maybe just 10, 15 yards outside the box. So they were immediately just getting picked up by a Fulham player. And then they were just right back to attacking again. It felt like for a lot of that second half, it was the last 5 minutes of the game or something, the way we
Mm-hmm.
were playing. It was really, really annoying. Nope, not enough pressure on the ball. Again, like Debasi says, it's kind of what happened to Kevin's goal. It was very similar to goal that like he says, we saw against Villa. Ball gets off to the right, pacey, tricky attacker cuts in and just shoots it far post. Like it's too easy. It's way too easy, and it's because there's not enough pressure on the ball from Dallo, and Dallo he's guilty of it over and over again.
Well, and then when Ahmad and Ugarte came over too, they all kind of got confused.
Yeah.
So they were like, "What do we do?" Like Dallo, I can't remember how it exactly went, but I think they went down, and Ahmad followed him. Dallo came up, but they got the space, and Ugarte tried to come down, and Ugarte's in the wrong spot. Ugarte needed to stay more
Yeah.
central.
We know about Ugarte. I mean,
Yep.
here's the thing. Here's how I could tell that Dallo was just maybe a little bit out of position today. And I'm not trying to go in on him, but again, a lot of what happened today had a lot to do with Dallo. How many times did Ahmad pop up in the box to make a last ditch
Oh yeah.
tackle or a challenge or a
Yep.
clearance today?
Yep.
he's not a wingback anymore. His
Yeah,
like where Dallo needs to be in there. He needs to be doing that kind of stuff. Like Ahmad should not be coming all the way back to,
no.
to sweep up that kind of stuff, and it's really getting on my nerves.
Hey, I hear Real Madrid want him, so that's fine.
Oh yeah, we'll see. Big up Bilal. You're wearing my shirt. Am I wearing my shirt back to front? I was not aware of this. I appreciate it's because I can't read. That's why. Um, no, we celebrate every time Carrick gets a win. This is the shirt I'm wearing back to front to big up Michael Carrick. So this is what second or third time I've worn it. So, but yeah, big up Carrick. I thought overall the second half we definitely stepped off of it. It was getting a little too just again. It felt like that first half against Arsenal a bit. Remember that
Yeah.
spell where we were just kind of standing off a little bit too deep, a little bit. No one wanted to go out and put any pressure on the ball.
I'll do you one better. It felt like the second half versus Nottingham Forest, where we're up
Yeah,
1-0, controlled the game, and then 5 minutes in, we're 2-1 down. That's kind
yeah,
of how it felt. We just got lucky.
yeah. I mean, you have to sometimes just grind it out. I mean, I'm not going to complain about a stoppage time winner, honestly, especially at Old Trafford. But again, those poor clearances, the passive defending, not winning the second balls, no pressure on the ball. I mean, it was night and day in the second half. Fulham obviously came out of the second half just ready for it. They upped their possession from 51% to 63% in the second half. They doubled their shots on target, nearly tripled their XG, doubled their passes in our half, and they doubled their touches in our box in the second half. Like we were way, way, way too passive. We gave them way too much respect in the back in the second half, and like it was annoying. It was super fun. I was and you. We were talking about. Obviously, we have a WhatsApp group, starting 11 and Legends members. Again, check the memberships. We do have a WhatsApp group. You can get involved during the match as well. But like we were saying, like we were kind of throwing out the whew, like it
Yeah.
was like you're saying, squeaky bum time. And like I went in the match preview, I was worried so much about breaking down a stingy Fulham defense. But again, like I said to start the show, it was our poor defense that maybe I really needed to be worried about. I didn't really think it was going to be a big of a problem, but it's still as much as Carrot can kind of change things, as much as we can see like everybody's like had a good mood and whatever, it's still the same shit from the same
Hmm.
players that's causing us problems.
Which is
Um,
it's exactly why we need either to buy some players or try to get some youth to step up. Like I
yeah.
don't I know a lot of them the youth players aren't ready yet, but give them some minutes, see what they got. Shea Lacey, we all rate. Like we've seen what he can do.
Fletcher obviously
Fletcher,
had
yeah,
played entire halves of football. I think Kone's
yeah.
going to Lucerne on loan,
Mhm.
so he's not going to be here. But we've got some players. I think I would play Fletcher over Ugarte if I'm being
Oh,
completely
100%.
honest. I would have brought.
Well,
I don't know if Lacey would have done as much today. I think towards
no.
the end it did need to be like let's. I thought we needed to be a little smarter on the ball at times towards the end. I thought we are.
Yeah.
It's okay to still want to go for it and get a goal, but I want us to play smarter balls in that
Mhm.
situation and not just play the risky ones because it did again just lead to another counterattack over and over again. What were you saying? Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, yeah, I'm 100% with you on Fletcher because we can see Fletcher seems to have some more tactical know-how. Sure, he gets that from his dad and some of the
No.
things that he's picked up being around United. But just like when we watch, I was going to say we have firsthand knowledge watching him that Newcastle game where he needed to be tough,
Yeah,
press in the right spots, give your all, and that's what he did. And that's what we don't see from Ugarte all the time. We see it in glimpses. We'll have him see a match here where he looks great, and then he'll go 5 matches and he doesn't look very good.
yeah, it's really frustrating. Do you think we can catch Villa and City? Bexy wants to know.
Villa, maybe.
Maybe Villa.
Yeah, because Villa seem to be getting into that point where it's gonna kick on.
Yeah,
FA Cup is gonna kick on. They're gonna have a lot of matches coming up. They have some injuries to that squad. We might be able to catch them. City, I don't see us catching them.
yeah. We have to just be perfect almost like.
Mm-hmm.
If we can go on a wing, when Carrick first got to Middlesbrough, he went on a tremendous winning run. Got Chuba Akpom scoring goals left and right. Chuba Akpom scored like 9 consecutive matches. He broke records. He turned him into the top scorer. If he can come in and do that, find a way to just grind these out. I mean, it is. I mean, we're all for it. Like I said, I put the poll in the chat. You guys keep letting us know. I'm gonna go check in with the poll and see where we're at. The poll is: has this result changed your mind on giving Carrick the permanent job? 47% of you said no, we still need a few matches to see. 12% say no, I just want the best manager, period. 20% say yes, this has changed your mind. Another 20% say you've always wanted Carrick since the derby. Yeah, I know. I was watching the final minutes before we went live. They ended 2-2. So yeah, I don't know how Thomas Frank pulls this shit out of it. He just somehow, whenever he looks like he's ready
Yeah.
for the chop, he just gets it. What are we gonna go for it?
It was funny because I watched the United match at Jeff's house, and I watched the first half of City, and I was just like, oh, this is sad. Like Spurs look
Yeah,
terrible, and
yeah,
I didn't turn it back on. I left. I came back and I started doing laundry and doing other stuff.
right. We just went on with our day, thinking it was his
Yeah,
business as usual from
yeah.
Frankie boy over
But
here.
boy, City are, man, they're struggling, and
Yeah,
I'm okay with that. But
I'm totally fine with it.
yeah, but who
Well,
knows?
it's bittersweet, right? Like we've spoken
Yeah,
about a couple times, like when we took points off them, it's bittersweet because it does kind of give Arsenal a bit of the edge. I mean, we can't do everything for you, City. We've already made you somewhat relevant by proximity. We can't keep
yeah,
helping you out. Like you've got to do
yeah,
something here. But um, rounding out with the overall performance, I mean, I think fullback for me is swiftly becoming a little bit more of a priority
yeah.
in the summer. I mean, we obviously need midfielders, but fullbacks. Because I don't know if we're in a hurry to sell Dallo, but I'm in a hurry to sell Dallo.
I'm in a hurry
Um,
to sell that one.
Shaw is simply because you can never count on him to stay fit in entirety of the season, and B, he's like 30, and so
Yeah,
it could definitely see us maybe improving on left back as well. But it's really annoying from the wide players a little bit today, more so Dallo than anybody. But
yeah.
um, all right, we're gonna jump into some player ratings, you guys. So let me get caught up in the chat and make sure we're gonna start doing player ratings. So get your thoughts in as we go along. I want to know how everyone feels about each one of these players. You guys know how the drill by now, right? Let's do it this way since this is a little easier for everybody to see now. DJ Laz Worldwide, welcome back. Says good revenge. Just said Thomas Frank and Tottenham to relegation this that. I hope so, man. They did just draw City though. They just come back and score two to end that one level, but.
Yeah.
I got dog fur in my mouth. All right. Um, let's start off. Senna Lammens. Couple of big saves from Senna Lammens today. And as we're going along, you guys, members, you do have the man of the match emoji, so be sure to use that while we're going along when we get to your man of the match. But Senna Lammens, big game today. 4 saves today. Big save. 13th minute to decide to
That was a
deny a
huge
little flick from Anderson off that ball in the box. Another one from Wilson's free kick. That one was really good too.
thing. Mm-hmm.
Another one laid on. Maguire missed that clearance opportunity,
Yep.
and it was a bit of a reflex save. He's really good at those reflex saves. We talked about that when we scouted him in the spring. He's got really good reflexes for a bigger guy. Um,
He went the right way on the penalty. Just
yeah,
Jimenez put it in a spot he was never going to get.
I thought that
Yeah.
that pen. It looked like he had stopped like twice
Yeah.
during that run up. Like
Yeah.
he's even like he looked like he went backwards at one point. I'm like, how are we
Yeah.
allowing this? Like this is annoying. But what would you give Lemons on a scale of 1 to 10? So 5 is average for me. Just so you guys are aware of it. Um, and like 6 is like a little better than average. Obviously 10 is like your man of the match kind of a deal. But um, what would you give him, Dylan?
I'd give him about a 7. I
Yeah.
think. I think he was good. His positioning seemed good. The saves were phenomenal, and he looks a little more comfortable with Martinez and Maguire in front of him.
Yeah.
At least in that central pairing, the fullbacks obviously we'll see. But yeah, he looks like he's commanding the box well, and we just got to keep him going. I was really hoping we got to the 80th minute. It's like, all right, we can get another clean sheet, and that didn't happen. So, but
Yeah, it
he's
was.
putting forth
Yeah,
good performances.
yeah. If it was, I mean, the reflex saves alone for me are enough to put it to like 7.5. Had that offside goal stood,
Mm-hmm.
that might have dropped it down because he pulled a little bit of an Onana, kind of palmed that right back into the middle of the area, middle of the box. So, but I'll go. Yeah, I think 7 is probably fair for me. I think that. I might push it to 7.5 just because of the fact that a lot of those saves were reflex saves. They weren't like long ones. Like he had to anticipate and be his good positioning had to be spot on. But yes, Danny says 7. DeBoss says 6 or 7 points. Alamas for me. Yeah, guys, get your ratings in as we go along here. We are cruising. Shaw.
Uh, I thought he did all right. I'd give him about a six.
Mm,
I think attack wise, he showed some promise. I don't think he. There were a few moments that he had some chances to cross it, and I thought he should. We didn't have anybody in the box, so I can see why he didn't
yeah,
do it. We didn't have Sesko out there, but I thought he could have at least given it an attempt because Bruno was there, Ahmad was making a run. Defensively, he did all right, but
yeah.
he did get run past a few times, and Leach had to come over a few times. Kaz had to come over a few times to help him. Not as much as Dallo, but I'd give him about a six. So,
Yeah, I'd give him. I'd say 5 or 6. The box says 6. I mean, he was. It wasn't his best match. He didn't look
no,
like you're saying. He didn't look a super interested in kind of getting forward a little bit. Didn't look. McGuire played a long ball to him and like shot it and even like run or anything.
no,
And I was like, he just didn't look like. Oh, he looked a little tired. Maybe just a little like not focused or anything. I'm looking at some of his numbers now. Like not really, didn't complete any dribbles, didn't complete any crosses. He only made 3 balls into the final third. Like he wasn't really doing only one interception is probably the only thing. He made 1 out of 6 duels on the day. It wasn't great from
yeah,
Shaw. Again, he caught out of position a couple times on their counters, very very narrow. But he's always an option wide. He just didn't look like he was super like energetic and lively today. We probably do need to look at upgrading on Shaw in the summer, and I do
yeah.
think maybe switching from center back to fullback after not for a year and a half. I don't know. Maybe that has something to do with it.
Hard part's going to be is we need a midfielder that's going to be expensive. We need
Yeah,
fullbacks, left winger.
we need a lot. I mean, yeah. I mean, or I mean, maybe Dorgy will be pushed to the left wing for now. It really just depends on the next
Yeah,
manager. If Eric's
yeah,
here, I can imagine Dorgu and Cunha probably rotating in and out. I'd still put Cunha or Dorgu as left back personally, but it is what it is. But so you guys are going like sixes. I'll give him like a 5, 5.5. I just didn't think he was that great today. Didn't do anything like wrong necessarily. He just wasn't like just didn't look like he could have been better. I guess.
hmm
Licha.
I thought he did pretty well.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had well, I mean, he's doing a lot of short passes and everything, but I thought he and McGuire commanded the box as well as they could have. They seemed to, at least when they were trying to play the high line, they seemed to position themselves pretty well. Leach had a couple of dribbles that were nice where he faked out some of the pressers, got free. Not his best performance. We've seen better, so kind of fairly normal. I'll give him about a six.
Yeah, it was pretty quiet and like
Yeah,
it wasn't quiet because it was bad. Like he just didn't really have a whole lot to do. Like he literally did not go for any duels. He's got no duels attempted whatsoever. He didn't make any tackles. He just clearances and interceptions and that was pretty much it. And then he was more about being on the ball. He played a lot of long balls, got a lot of touches. That was pretty much his job today was kind of build out from the back a little bit. So from a defensive standpoint, he didn't have a lot to do. I
yeah,
think the only time I saw him really doing a ton of defending, I think there was a ball in the box that he and Raul Jimenez were going for, and Licha managed to like push Jimenez off it a little bit and get the goal kick from it. Device says Licha gets a 6.5. Yeah, I mean I'll probably give him like a 6.5. He didn't really do anything wrong.
no,
Just good on the ball today. He missed Traore. Yeah, Traore has been hiding ever since, man. So we already spoke about this guy a little bit. Oh no, sorry, we're not getting there yet. We'll go to McGuire first. What are your thoughts on Big Herodona today?
Uh, kind of the same. Although I thought his positioning could have on certain at the end of the game could have been better. I think as he started out a lot better at the beginning.
Hmm.
I don't know if that's because he was trying to cover up when they made the substitutions with Sessegnon and Kevin, and Dallo was having to try to cover both those while he was playing up. If Harry was trying to move up and help with that, but it's in comparison to Licha, I'd probably say like or McGuire had a 5.5, maybe. Like it wasn't his best performance. He got that yellow card too. So yeah, defense didn't have its best moments today, but I guess I go 5.5.
So McGuire won the most duels today.
Mm-hmm.
Won 11 of his duels. He was playing a lot of long balls. He played 2 out of 4, a couple passes, 4 tackles, an interception. Yeah, he literally won 5 out of 6 ground duels, 6 of 7 aerial duels. So his job was basically just to wrestle people, basically. Now he did give away the pen which at it live, I was like, that looked like a good tackle, but
Yeah.
it just he had to come in and sweep up for we all remember who because somebody was not in good position and let somebody run right by. Danny says slap poor today. From a defensive standpoint, again, he won 11 duels, literally out of I think 13, like I just said. So very, very good from a defensive standpoint. Just had a lot to do because he had to basically cover the entire right hand side because Dallo was just out of position a lot today. Um, DeBoss says McGuire 4 for that penalty. Yeah, it's probably dropped him down a little bit, but I'd still give him like a 5 today, personally. Shanta, big up. Good to see you again. What a run. Yes, congratulations. Big up. You guys, make sure you like and make sure you subscribe. And as we're going along, get your player ratings in as we do this because I want to know what you guys think. And let us know when we get to your man of the match. Let members, you do have the man of the match emoji. You have a ton of emojis. I always forget that there are emojis out there, but there are a lot of emojis. I just said emojis about 5 times, so
It's
I'm
the
done
most
with
you've
that.
said in a year.
Yeah. For someone my age, is probably the most I feel like I need to say it ever. All right, let's talk about Dallo. Let's get this out of the way. We already kind of bashed him a little bit, but again, like Shaw, caught on the ball. I mean, caught a little too centrally many times, too narrow. Again, you can't do that with these pacey wingers. Chuck Wesley was a threat. Switched off at the back post today.
Mm-hmm.
He was getting over like Fulham were putting a lot of numbers in his area. He just didn't know who to do. Again, some better communication probably would have helped.
Yeah.
But again, where was he when Jimenez won that pen? Right? Where was he in that regard? He just was nowhere to be found, and acres of space meant that McGuire was all on his lonesome, man.
Yeah. And like we talked about, Ahmad had to come back and help him a lot. And I don't know if that's causing problems either with some of the communication because they're still trying to break that Ahmad being a wingback and Dallo being I don't know. But um, yeah, Shantan, I'm sorry, I'm saying your name wrong, but he said, yeah, there were good runs by Chukwueze, but he recovered well. He did recover, but it took him a while to get used to everything. And
Mm,
Ahmad had to come in and help. And I think Kaz came over quite a bit, so that helped as the first half especially went on. But when he tired and stuff, he started to be more out of position, get caught in
yeah.
two minds, communication breaks down. So I'd probably give him 5.5. Didn't see a lot of attacking output. That was more Ahmad's thing today. But yeah,
Yeah, he played a lot of passes. Like his passing was good
yeah.
today, like Dabasi says. Like 3 out of 3 long balls, completed his cross. He made some tackles. Just like his positioning was just all wrong. Like it was just caught, like I said, so much acres of space. And I feel like that at 26 years old, he should be doing better with that kind of
Mhm.
stuff. And if you're having trouble, then you need to talk to McGuire. You need to ask him just like talk, say something over your shoulder, or whatever. He's got to do that kind of stuff because he's too old to be making the same kind of mistakes. He's too old now to not be developing in a lot of these areas. Yeah, it's really getting frustrating to watch sometimes. The Bossi's giving him a 6. Shanta says he played really well today, unnoticed. I think again, some of the stuff he was doing on the ball was very well. But again, a lot of the chances that we're conceding, including the goals, were really down to him. I'm gonna be a harsh on Dallas simply because a lot of it is the same stuff that we've been seeing from him for years that he's still not improving on. And he's running out of time for a lot. He's already run out of time for me. I do think we need to improve on him, but yeah, I'll go. It's pretty low for me. Um, Moving on, Casemiro. Goal and assist for Unk today. Comes up big again on that free kick to score his 5th goal of the season. Massive header. That free kick came from a pen that was overturned, which I didn't have a problem with it being overturned because I didn't really think it was a pen to begin with. It was definitely less of a pen than the one we should have gotten. But I feel like that's probably why that one was given automatically by Brooks. I think that Brooks felt bad about not giving us the first one, which refs do, by the way. Um,
Mhm.
but it is what it is. But this also happened for Cass today as well. Officially Premier League man of the
Nice.
match today. Class is permanent and Cass is permanent. Debassi's giving him a 7. I'm probably giving him like an 8. What are your thoughts on Casemiro today?
I mean, he's my man of the match.
Is he?
Yeah, he's. I thought, and just for me, I've said it already. When he went off, you could see him, and Ugarte come on, you could see the change,
Yeah.
and that's part of that's Ugarte, part of that's just getting tired and the changes that Fulham made. But but he was in position a lot. He had some great passes. How about the no look for Cunha?
Yeah.
That was really good. And then he got his goal, got his header, got to celebrate with the fans. I thought he positioned himself well today. I'm going to give about 7.5, 8, somewhere around there. I thought he did really well today.
Yeah, so obviously Premier League man of the match, Foot Mob man of the match, like I said, goal and assist as well. Let me look at some of this here, with some of his numbers here. So created a chance, obviously. He's got completed 1 out of 1 dribbles, 7 passes into the final third, 50% of his long balls, 3 tackles, 1 interception, let's see, 7 out of 9 duels on the day. Very, very good match
Yeah,
from Casemiro.
and
Excellent, excellent match.
and this playing once every week. I mean, that's definitely helping him. He can stay rested up, but um,
Yeah.
he can stay in form. So good on him. Let's just keep that going.
Yeah, I mean, he. I wish if there was a way you could just do like a pinch hitter for like free kicks or something. I would just be
Mhm.
like, Cass, come on, get on the end of this free kick, bro.
Yeah,
We need you.
literally.
Device, this
Hey,
is
and
farewell
and
tour.
shout
Yeah,
out, sorry, shout out to him. He's got 5 goals in the league, the highest amount he's got since his time here. So good for
yeah.
him.
He's having an absolute amazing season again. If this is his farewell tour, then very happy for him. Kerwin, big up. Nice to see some new faces in the chat today. Solid 8. He absolutely knows how to hold the space. Experience is key to his
Mhm.
positioning when screening. Yeah, and this is what I mean when I say you don't have to be the fastest. It would be great if Casemiro were just a little bit faster, right? There were some times today where I'm like, if he doesn't make that initial tackle, he's either going to give away foul or he's just going to get blown right by. And that happened a couple times. But again, there is no substitution for reading the game, because if you can read the game, you can anticipate, you can put yourself in the best position, and you look 10 times faster. Like guys like Sergio Busquets, not quick. Michael Carrick was not a quick player, but if you can read the game, you're going to be 2 steps ahead of everyone, and that's sometimes the difference maker. But big up, Kerwin. Sanjay's in the house. Where you
Hey,
at today, Sanjay? Where are you traveling to, my guy? Shanta says when Casemiro was substituted, we conceded 2 goals. That was no coincidence.
yeah,
Yeah, the goals. Yeah, the goals were not great goals. And again, it's just I mean, yeah, we've spoken about it. It is what it is. 40 likes. Wow, that's awesome. We got 40
nice.
likes. A lot of people watching right now. We got more than 200 people watching right now. More than 200 people though, and only 40 likes. The math ain't mathing, guys. Make sure you hit that like button, you guys. Make sure you share it too if you guys got socials and you want to get more people on here, man. Device says if you have no pace, you better have the positioning. Yeah, you have to have one or the other. It is what it is. You can be very fast and really not be that good. I mean, look at guys like Timo Werner. Look at guys like Adama Traore. Like, I don't ever worry about playing guys like that. Like, pace doesn't really mean a whole lot if you can't do anything with it. You can run as fast as you want, but if your final ball is shit, your decision making in the final third is shit, it does not matter how fast you are. It really doesn't. Gerwood says 100% anticipation is a greater value than responsiveness in that defensive midfielder role. Exactly. I think that reading the game and having composure, like a bit
Yeah,
of press resistance about you, and that as a 6 is for me, those are top. I would love it if you were quick. I would love it if you had passing range too. You can't get all of it,
yeah.
but yeah, my man of the match as well.
Hey,
It was hard, but it was close. But yeah, go ahead.
and another fun fact: DJ Lay's World says he's got more goals than Wirtz, so that's always fun.
I mean, who the fuck doesn't, though? Honestly, Fred the Red's got more goals than Florian Wirtz, man. Oh, it done my. I had the Liverpool game on yesterday in the background, so I helped somebody move furniture Friday, so my back was effed yesterday, so I was just kind of chilling. And I don't know who was on commentary during the Liverpool match, but Florian Wirtz got a goal. I think it was Mo Salah got the assist, and the commentator was like it was like a flow mo. He called it MoFlow, like connection, and I was like, don't ever let me hear you say that again. You're like 60 years old. I don't want to hear you try to say flow-mo ever again. It's embarrassing, dude. Yes, I saw that yesterday, Debasi. Arsenal's
Oh
top
yeah,
scorer is officially the own goal in the league. Oh God.
I was thinking about that. Like, okay, it's all from set pieces and everything, or most of them. But it's like, come on, like you get a couple of own goals here or there, but 5? We're
Yeah,
not even done with the season.
that's
Oh,
embarrassing. And like I think their next goal scorer is like Trossard, who nobody
he's
even
got
wanted
4, I
last year
think.
anymore.
Yeah,
Like that's ridiculous,
yeah,
dude. It's embarrassing. So yeah, so Castle was my man of the match. Still, he was your man of the match. Is that what you
yep,
said? All
yep.
right, yeah, and obviously the Premier League's man of the match as well. Moving on. Cobby, Mr. Cobby Manufordingtonshire the third. Um, what it's about? I'm trying to make it as English as I can. I thought he had a really good match. He had an excellent tackle
Hmm.
on Jimenez around the 14-15 minute. Just came flying
Hmm.
out of nowhere, sliding in to win that ball. He was very good on, very tidy on the ball. He was clutch towards the end of that first half too. He was winning the ball off of
Yep.
Iwobi, fighting back, draw the foul as well in that moment. Like that's clutch today. He's showing under Carrick. He's showing a side of his game that I was concerned that he didn't have, and that is the physicality. That is the willingness to track back and get stuck in. We've seen it in glimpses here and there, but he's really leveled up, I think, under Michael Carrick. What are your thoughts on
Hmm.
Manu? What would you rate Manu today?
So yeah, he did some really good things that we've been wanting him to do, but he kind of did it under the radar. Like you
Mm,
noticed he did stuff, but it wasn't like flashy. It wasn't like, ah, this is amazing, because Cass was doing Cass things and Bruno was pinging passes and
yeah.
things like that. And so that's kind of the performance. We know you did well. We could see you. It's kind of like almost a Carrick performance a little bit. We saw what you were doing. We saw
Hmm.
you doing. We saw you being active and involved, and but you did it a lot of things right today. So I'd give him a 7. I think he did. I think this was one of his better games, not his best game, but I think it's definitely one of, if we can have a bunch of games like this, I mean
Yeah.
that's huge. Just, and it's a big building confidence for him too, just to get back in the groove of things.
Yeah, I thought it was a good game. From 11 passes in the final third, completed 5 out
Mhm.
of 7 of his long balls, which is actually really good. 4 tackles as well, 6 to 7 ground duels as well. So again, just a really good all-around performance from Cobby. He's still just 20
Yeah.
as well.
Hmm.
Again, it's going to be one of those things. Managers make a big difference on a player's development, as we saw Amorim versus now under Carrick. Like it's night and day. Hopefully,
Yeah.
whoever is in charge permanently, that it's going to dictate stuff. And the same with loan players. Like when James Garner was at Watford, he was doing very well. They sacked managers mid-season and never got a sniff in after that. Like that can make a huge difference, man.
Yep.
Um, DJ Laz Worldwide says, I like that Cobby's improved on tackles. Yeah, he's
Hmm.
definitely putting in more of a shift off the ball as well, which he's going to have to. He can't just be, press resistant ball carrier. He's got to be able to do a little bit more at this level, in this league as well. Rapson, big up. Good to see a new face. Says Carrick is good. Well, let us know in the poll. We'll get to Carrick here shortly, but the boss says Carrick trusts everyone. Amorim trusted no one. Trusted his coaching staff, didn't he?
Yeah. It does feel like the atmosphere has changed.
Yeah.
Just, and there's something to say about that. Like if you're playing unsure and afraid, that affects how you're going to go into tackles and what you're going to do, and things like that.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. But it does start to frustrate me a little. Again, these players still have blood on their hands because why couldn't they
Oh
do a
yeah.
lot of this before? Tactics
Oh
have
yeah.
nothing to do with completing passes and finishing chances and stuff
Yeah.
like that. But maybe Amram, the maybe the environment, was a bit stressed. Who knows? It's always hard to dip. But again, we've seen a lot of that from the players over the years. All right, let's talk about this guy because wow. Bruno. 11th assist of the season for Casemiro's goal. 12th
Mhm.
assist of the season for Sesko's late winner. 6 goals in 5 consecutive matches. Already more this season than all of last season. He's already equaled his best season in England. There's still several games to go. This guy could
Mhm.
be on for his best season ever as a United player. And he's only 3 assists away from David Beckham's single season record of 15 as well.
And 8 away from the Premier League record. So
This like how United fans like it's fine if rivals want to be all salty and bring in the cognitive dissonance, but like how United fans don't rate Bruno is beyond me simply because he complains to the ref. Like I don't get it, man.
and to me, he's even toned that down. Like he does it. He does more constructive complaining to the ref. Except, yeah, obviously, when it's besides certain things, like he had that one, he chased a ball down it, and he didn't think it went off him, and he kind of
Yeah,
whinged about that. But Jeff made a point that he's noticed him, like when they watched the City match, he was getting after the other guys more,
yeah,
and being more of a leader, and that's what we wanted that. And we knew he could do it. It was the whinging at the ref was, for me, was a big thing. I'm like, dude, you're getting out of shape. You're not doing
yeah. I
your
don't.
you're getting out of your own head. Like,
I
but
personally don't. I've never minded the whining as much. I'll
yeah,
criticize it, but it's for me that's never been a thing of like I just can't understand why people. And then whenever people don't rate him, that's literally the only thing they can do. Like that is all
Yeah.
of a sudden the most important trait for a player. Like then by that standard, you think Roy Keane is shit. Then if that's your measuring stick for captains or midfielders or United players, then like because Roy Keane literally ended a dude's career because he was so
Mhm.
mad at him. Like come on. I love Roy Keane by the way, but yeah, Bruno created the most chances again
Yep.
in the match. He's now got more than like it's 20 more chances created in the league this season than the next best player in the league for that
Hmm.
metric as well. Like he's off on a league of his own, and but he's been like
And
that since he got here.
and no matter what, he still won't win Premier League Player of the Year
I mean, he's
because
got a he's in
United
the top
bias.
six, I think, from the PFA. I thought I saw this
Yeah.
this week.
If
Danny
he's not
thinks
in the
he's gonna
team of
beat
the
it.
year, we should riot. Like,
We riot.
yeah.
Yeah. Danny says he beats the record. Which record? Both. I mean, he could if he stays here. If he could beat it by the end of the season. Honestly.
Yeah.
Um, Michael Bell. Sorry,
Hey,
guys, forgot you're on. No problem, Michael. Big up.
hey, man, if he can keep going and getting assists, if he breaks that record for assists, there's no reason why he shouldn't be and keeps getting
Yeah.
goals. How can you not give Premier League Player of the Year guys got like 15 goals and 25 assists?
It's
Like,
it's such a shame. It's almost a crime that he didn't
yeah.
have some top quality players around him for longer
Yeah.
at this club because he could have easily double the assist. He could be in for Ballon d'Or shouts. We could probably have a couple more trophies. He could probably get a statue outside of the new stadium at that rate if we would have had
Hmm.
some better players. But it's like the Harry Kane syndrome, man.
Hmm.
World class player, just it's just the club around him is just not great.
Yep.
DJ says Bruno wins you games even if Palmer comes. I don't want Palmer personally, but yeah, I hear you. That bossy says Bruno, the FedEx delivery guy, delivers. He's gonna break Beckham's record right on. Says Danny.
I hope so.
Kerwin says, trust me, Bruno is irreplaceable. Right off the 100 million you would get for selling Bruno and let him retire a devil. It's gonna be up to Bruno, right? Um, he's got. I mean, when is this contract up? He's got another year after this one, I think.
Yeah, I
Is that
think he's
correct?
got another one after this one.
So
So
it's really up to him. And I mean, I don't know where he would go after this. I mean, I could see him maybe going to like Bayern maybe and doing something there. But I mean, he could. I would love it if he retired here. I'd also wouldn't say no to 100 million. It just doesn't really matter to me either way. I like him. It is what it is. I know a lot of people were not happy that we didn't sell him in the summer. I don't know where those people are now because he's having an absolute beast
hmm
mode of a season. Daddy says, yes, only a couple more to 50 likes. Wow. That's awesome. You guys are legends, man. I love it. I'm seeing a lot of people in here today. You guys make sure to get involved. I know we're going on a little Bruno waxing lyrical here, but that's all right. Michael says, we'll really miss Bruno when he leaves, but hey, players come, players go. Yes, that's true. We miss everybody when they leave. We missed Rooney. We missed Giggs. We
hmm
missed Scholes, Keane, and they do. It's you appreciate him while they're here, though, and that's the question I have for all the Bruno haters out there because I can't find a single thing to hate about him. What did you give him for his rating? Sorry.
A 7.5.
All right. Yeah,
Seven
I'm
and a half.
definitely.
I thought he was. I thought some of the passing. Obviously, he's going for stuff. It doesn't work out, but man, he's the engine moving everything along. Man, he's making
Yeah.
runs. He's pinging passes. If we can keep getting the best out of Bruno, man, let's. I mean, we got some games we might be able to make some noise in here. So
And he's doing it like BJ says, Amber was playing in a bad position, but he was still
yeah,
doing it from that
yep,
position. He was still leading the league in those metrics from that position.
yep,
And so like that's what to me, I'm like, that's class. We can say he's not good there.
yep.
Maybe positionally, defensively, it is what it is, but he was still doing everything that we needed him to do from that deeper role.
And I
Like,
don't necessarily think that having him be deeper once in a while is a bad thing because there was a
no.
game. There was I
Mm-mm.
forget. I think Ten Hag was in charge. He positioned him deeper. Had McTominay be the 10,
Yeah.
and Bruno was pinging. It was we played against Everton, and McTominay was making runs. Bruno was pinging passes to the wings, and he was controlling, dictating everything. I think he still got
Yeah.
assists there. So I think situationally, we could still use him in that role, and he's already shown he could do it. So
Yeah, because when he plays deep,
yeah.
he still puts in tackles. He still makes interceptions. He still presses.
Hmm.
Like his numbers are actually very good. It's not his best. It's not where I would choose to. But
Oh no.
even like let's say not even wholesale. Like let's start him in a pivot. Even if it's late
Hmm.
on and you just want
Yeah.
to move him to the pivot because maybe we
Yeah.
need a goal and he could play that Carrick role from a
Yeah.
deeper midfield role. It's not like that out of the realm of possibility for him because we've already
That
seen him do it.
that could be something like maybe we move him back to get some creativity. Cunha into the
Yeah.
central 10, and Bumo to the left, or Ahmad to the left, Bumo to the right, Shesko in the middle. Then you look at all the attacking firepower we got there.
Or you move him to the
So
deeper role and you just
yeah,
swap him and Kabi for a little bit in a
yeah,
match. Allow Bruno to find Kabi in more advanced positions and,
exactly.
play it to feet
Because
instead of playing it over top.
exactly, Kabi can dribble through. We've seen him do it. That Wolves goal last year, 2 years ago. Like
Yeah.
he just got to get it going. So
Big up Rob Taff, man. Hope you're doing well, man. Any boxing going on? I don't watch boxing, so it is what it is. But good to welcome back, bud. All right, we all know Bruno's the man. Cunha, Mateusz Cunha. What were your thoughts on Cunha tonight?
he had a good game. I'm going to give him about a 6.5. He had a great goal that he took. He was making good runs. Um, and we could see that he was trying. The pressing was pretty good, but at times, and this happened. It was right after his goal when he was on the left. He would switch off. Like he'd have the ball, look for a pass, and I don't know if somebody's not telling him. He doesn't feel the pressure. He'd lose the ball, and he'd immediately go get it,
Yeah,
which was nice. Like you seeing the fight and everything. But he had too many times like that where he would just it'd be like he switched off, or just looked like he lost the plot for a second. So I'm going to give him
yeah,
about 6.5.
yeah. It was good. Obviously, he got his goal.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good
Two and
goal.
two.
Yeah, there you go. And like you said, lively, full of fight, and you need that from at
Oh,
least one or
100%.
two players in your starting 11. You need that kind of fight. He made himself a nuisance in Fulham's area for his goal. Exactly what I said we needed to do is sustained pressure in and around their half, and that's exactly what happened. There was that whole spell where we weren't letting that ball get back into our half, and we just kept cycling. We were keeping players in advanced positions, and I think Fulham were waiting for that. But again, you have to keep an eye on him because he was just standing there in acres of space, showing for the ball, and Cass said, "All right, I got you, bro." Yeah, and just an assist for Unk. But yeah, Debasi says 6 or 7 for Cunha. Um, he could have had a second too later on if he hadn't leaned back for it, but it is what it
Yep.
is. His touch is shit, though. I'm not gonna lie. His
Yep.
touch is heavy AF.
Yeah.
Loses a lot of balls because he receives a pass, and it's like Lukaku-esque sometimes. When it comes to his first touch, but again, I'm not gonna do. I'll probably give him a 6 and a 7. I mean, it's hard not. He scored a goal. It is what it is. Bad touch isn't. It didn't cost us a game or it didn't cost us a goal or
No.
anything. Like, I'm not gonna complain.
And
Um,
that's something we've seen a lot of guys do that. Like Michael says, if he stays switched on for 90 minutes, he's unstoppable. If he does like a Kabi send it over, Cassis send it over, Bruno sends it over, just get in those situations. I know sometimes you lose your feet, foot placement a little bit, but
yeah.
just get those zingers down. We can see him make it. That goal he had was that was a beauty. Leno didn't even have a chance. It was over his head
Yeah,
before he
bro.
raised his arm. It was,
He had one thing on his mind when he received that
yeah,
ball in turn, man, and and it's a couple times tonight that we've seen a one
yeah,
touch shoot. His that goal, one touch, turn,
yeah,
shoot, like, and it's again Shesko as well, one touch,
yeah,
shoot. Like, how many times have been saying that's what you need to
yeah,
do as an
yeah.
attacker, man.
Keeps exactly. Keep scoring. Keep assisting.
Yeah,
Keep pressing. Keep showing the fight. He leads the way in that regard. You can't fault him on
yeah.
his heart.
He's got the mindset for it for
Yeah,
sure. Just needs to again the Brazilians can sometimes get switched off a little bit. It sounds xenophobic. It's not, but we've seen it from a lot of the like Casemiro can switch off at times. Anthony can switch off at times as well.
mm-hmm.
Um, let's talk about Ahmad because it was a toss up for me at some points between him and Casemiro for man of the match. I think Ahmad for me did a lot that was a little bit underappreciated tonight.
He did.
Obviously, he had his signature Ahmad attempt early on. That's I think stung Leno's palms. Just cut in, just take a shot. But I thought he was a threat whenever he was on the ball.
Mm-hmm.
He was constantly getting in ball in the box. He was constantly just. And I liked it today too. I don't know if you guys noticed there were times where, like against Anthony Robinson, where he put his head down and just beat him with pace instead of trying to hold it up and try to beat him with trickery, which something I've been wanting to see from Ahmad. I know he's not the fastest, but I like to see that from him a little bit more. He just like, and he was also again tracking back to make challenges,
Yep.
fighting to win the ball. He wanted to get involved today. You could see he was
Yep.
pressing, he was haranguing. Um, and one of the things I thought was so underappreciated from him today was how he kept Anthony Robinson busy by always
Mm-hmm.
being a threat. And what that did was it pegged Anthony Robinson back. It kept him from being a threat for Fulham on the attack. He was constantly on him. He was constantly giving him something to worry about. And I think that goes stuff like that goes underappreciated sometimes from wingers. DeBossi's giving him 6.5 to 7. What are your thoughts on Ahmad today?
Yeah, I'm going to give him a 7, almost
Yeah,
a 7.5. I think that that goal would have gone in. He just hit it too straight at Leno, and he almost got the second one.
yeah,
If it wouldn't, I think if I got, did it get blocked? I don't quite remember on the second one.
yeah,
But man, he like you're saying, he did a lot of little, kind of like Kava. He did a lot of little things really well, and he did cover like when Dalla was getting beat, Ahmad kept coming back, helping out, and then like you said, he was pushing on the right to keep Anthony Robinson under pressure, to keep the attack on the right open. We didn't do a
yeah.
lot on the left that first half because we were attacking from the right.
And
Um,
that's kind of Carrick's thing. He does tend to be a little lopsided. One fullback will go, the other fullback will tuck into a three. I've showed you guys those
mhm.
screenshots both from Middlesbrough and from United when he was interim a couple years ago. That's generally his thing. Um, but yeah, Ahmad completed the most dribbles tonight. 2 tackles, 2 interceptions, 5 recoveries as well. Like he was doing a lot, and 10 defensive contributions overall. He was definitely putting in a bit of a shift on and off the ball tonight, which I
Yeah.
think, like I said, a bit underappreciated. You gave him a 7. You said seven
Yep.
and a half ish. Yeah,
Yep.
that sounds about right for me. If he would have got a goal, it definitely would have been up there as
Yeah.
well. I think that was probably the difference maker for me. But again, very very good match from Ahmad.
And he's I know AFCON was great for him. He was in team of the tournament for AFCON. I think that's just helped his confidence. I think coming back with a different system, he wasn't doing bad in Amarin's system. It just I think this Carrick might have given him a little bit more confidence to go for stuff,
Yeah.
and
Well,
so
that's
you
the
can kind
thing.
of see it.
Yeah, Carrick, when like, and I did that breakdown the other day when you and I were talking about whether or not to give him the job, as we did on the Kickabout. Go watch that episode if you guys haven't yet. It was a really fun episode. But Carrick values like directness from his attackers,
Hmm.
players who will back themselves in those 1v1s, players who will take on the defenders, players who want to get the ball forward, and he likes that. And so I do think that's why I'm like, if Carrick gets the permanent job, I can see us getting another winger because we don't
Hmm.
really have many on the left hand side, but he likes that kind of thing. And so
Yep.
he's probably told Ahmad, just do your thing, man. Do your thing. And that's why we've seen from Ahmad, again, getting his head down and trying to beat attackers instead of trying
Hmm.
to maybe just hold up and do a little bit of trickery. You can beat him with pace. Like, it's possible too.
Yep.
Um, Michael says Ahmad really excites me. Love how he always tries to take players on, not always looking for the safe ball. Yeah, I like, and that's what when we've got guys like Anthony at times just slow things down a little too
Yeah.
much. But
And, and
um,
just one other thing with Ahmad. And I almost said Anstey because you said it, but just one other thing with Ahmad. Just and I don't know how much you guys follow the socials with United and everything, but every time I see something fun happening, Ahmad is involved.
yeah,
Like him and Euro or him and Aiden, they're it's like that young group is kind of building together, and that's really nice to see because we haven't seen that in a while.
yeah,
And so
it,
they seem
yeah.
to really enjoy spending that time, and they're building that connection.
Yeah,
So,
Ahmad's got he's got a bit of that to him, which I like. You need to have some clowns in the dressing room.
mhm.
I don't have a problem with that. Rob's getting caught up on FC 26. He's going through all my old scouting reports. I got another one coming out this week, man. But yeah, you guys know I do scouting reports on this channel. Go back and watch a couple of them. I have started putting in the FC 26 overalls and potentials for some of these players who are in the game. Not all of them are in the game. Like I've scout players from the Russian league, they're not in the game. So, but yeah, keep an eye on that one. Um, Imbumo, Big Brian Imbrumo. Um, not, I didn't think he had his best match personally, if I have to be honest. And it's not necessarily his fault. He just was a bit isolated. And it's looked like that a couple times. He's just kind of waiting for the ball. And you could start to see him getting a little frustrated with it in the second half. He was starting to maybe get stuck in a little bit, getting a little irritated, leaving a little on some of the Fulham players. Not the first time we've seen that from him either. I do feel like if we're going to play him up front, I almost feel like a front two would be better because you have someone to
Yeah,
kind of give him a little space so he's not just waiting for the ball. But I'd probably give him like a 5 just because there wasn't really much going on. What do you think?
I'd give him a 6. I think he kept the three defenders that were on him every time the ball came to him busy, and he got through a couple times, made a couple of runs that were nice, or at least tried to get through. But yeah, it wasn't as but I noticed this the first 20 minutes or so. Every time they were trying to get it to him to like they usually do with Shesko, he was just tackle
Yeah,
like three Fulham defenders are right around him. He couldn't do a whole lot. He still got through. He made some passes. He stuck in for when he played on the left there when they took Cunha out, and I thought he did all right there. I thought he
yeah,
stuck in and did a shift, but it wasn't his best match. He just didn't.
yeah.
It was one of those things. The Fulham defenders played him tough. He wasn't getting the passes in behind that he normally does. Ahmad was doing a lot on the right and was getting open, but Mbumo couldn't get into those positions to get there, and Bruno couldn't get him either. So yeah, about a 6. Did a job, but not his best match.
Just wasn't really getting the ball. He only one shot all night, and
Yeah,
that was pretty much what he did. He put in more accurate crosses than he did shots tonight.
yeah.
So it
I
is
thought
what it
his
is.
crossing on the corners was good. I thought he was placing the
Yeah,
ball
I
well
mean,
there.
it's nice to have someone with a little variety in the corners. His
Yeah,
delivery was good today, so I don't have a
yeah.
problem with that. Let's do a little shout out while we're talking about nines, simply because he scores the winner. Special shout out to Benjamin for his late winner, man. What a substitute appearance, man.
Mm-hmm.
Ollie would be proud of something like that.
Mm-hmm.
What do you make of him today? Did you see anything different from him today?
He looked more lively. He almost looked like when he went out there, Carrick had told him, "This is what I want you to do. We're going to ping the ball into you, and this is what just give it your best." And that first touch, he almost gets a goal. If he'd stop hitting the post, he he'd have 10 goals by now.
Yeah, we'll watch the
Um,
goal again real quick because, like I said,
oh,
the way he took it was a thing of beauty. So let's watch it. Good ball from Bruno. One
oh,
touch, boom.
yep.
One touch, boom, and that's all it takes in front of the
Mm.
Stretford end. We'll watch it again. Good ball, one touch, and he stops it on a dime, dude. It's actually incredible the way he
He
does
had a
that.
Burba
Like,
touch there.
yeah, that was good. He stops it. It's so funny because he's so like slow. Like he's not the quickest. It took him
No,
like a half a year to turn. He looked like a 14-year-old learning how to parallel park there, but like it took him forever to do
yeah,
that. Debasi has given him man of the match. I mean, it's hard not to with the winner, right?
yeah,
So when you score a late winner at stoppage time at Old Trafford in front of the Stretford end, I mean, it's
yeah.
hard not to. What do you say?
Yeah, he came on and like we said, he looked lively. He was a threat for when we had the ball going forward. He got that goal, the winner. Again, beautiful fake by Bruno to get the ball going.
Yeah, that
Totally,
dummy that was
yeah,
beautiful.
totally did Calvin Bassey dirty.
Yeah, he
Um,
did.
and just that knowledge with Bruno to say, hey, Shesko's in the box. We're on a break. I'm going to ping it to him. I see where he's at.
Yeah,
Not good on him. Good on him.
yeah, it
And
was very good.
yeah, I actually thought he was going to start today. I thought this is a good match for him, and impact sub works.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with it. He's getting
Yeah,
goals. He's getting goals.
yeah.
So Danny's giving Bruno man of the match. I give Cass man of the match. You give Cass man. Guys, get your
Mm-hmm.
man of the match in if you haven't yet done so. I want to know who you think. So we got one more guy I want to talk about before I give my final thoughts here. Let's talk about the man himself. Kara's at the wheel. 3 wins on the bounce. This
No
one was
Ugarte.
oh no guard. I don't usually do the subs unless they are in there for like a half or if they do something
So
special.
it's all right. I
Um,
wouldn't have given him a good rating anyway.
we can talk about Ugarte if you want,
No,
Dylan.
that's okay.
If he's your man
That's
of the
okay.
match, we can go. I mean, I don't want to. If you've got an Ugarte shirt on underneath your
that
hoodie, we can talk about it, man.
that 5 I got going for him ain't gonna do.
Ugarte be bad, Ugarte be bold, Ugarte be stronger. Um, so Carrick, tough ass. Like I said, this was
Mhm.
going to be a big one, not because like again, I thought this was going to be a tough one because I thought Fulham were going to sit back a little bit, and they didn't. This was tough because they came back, pulled it back level, and then we had to figure something out. I didn't think that kind of like the Arsenal match. I thought I get it. He wants in the mid block 4-4-2 off the ball. I do think it's a bit passive at times, but again, you can't ignore it's 3 wins on the bounce, and it took him just 3 matches to do it. In,
Yeah,
what are your thoughts on Carrick today
I
and just overall? Has this? And I'm going to get back to the poll, but you tell me your thoughts first.
I think he got with Doru going down. I think he got the team selection right,
Yeah,
and I think the impact sub with Shesko coming on was big. The only thing I would have done is I would have put Shesko on. I would have put Mizraoui on at the same time.
Mm,
I think you could see at that point, like he took Mizraoui, or he took Cass off, and he took Cunha off.
mm-hmm,
Good, that's fine. You keep the pressure going, but Kevin and Sessegnon had come on. You knew you were losing something with Cass in terms of positioning. Mizraoui adds to that, a little more defensively sound than Dallo. That's
mm-hmm.
just me. I would have made that change. He made the change anyway. I would have made that change earlier. But
Yeah,
I
I did it
think,
like 10 minutes later.
yeah, I think I'm going to give him a 8. I think he got most
Eight.
of this right, besides the that substitution. So
Yeah, I'd probably give him like a 7 or so. I mean, it's
yeah,
when you win it in stoppage time. I mean, we don't like having to win in stoppage time, right? Especially home. But the fact that you do it, I mean, it's like it's amazing.
yeah.
It's so fun. Yeah, tomorrow. I forgot that it's actually the deadline day goes until like the first day of February or so. So I thought it was January
Oh,
31st, or January 30th. My
my,
bad, guys.
me too.
So yeah, it's technically still open.
Let's
But
throw a
yeah,
cheeky bit at Nottingham Forest now, and
they drew today. They were winning, and then
they,
they ended up drawing 1-1 today against Crystal Palace. So
let's just promise them we'll beat West Ham next week, and so they can stay up, and we'll just buy Elliot Anderson.
Michael, yeah, I mean Elliot Anderson for me, it's still a toss up between him and Wharton. I'm probably still leaning more towards Anderson.
No,
Michael says just 2 more wins and that United fan can get his haircut. Yeah, I mean I mean 3 wins on the
hey,
bounce, maybe he might be getting his haircut, man.
that Spurs draw today makes me pause though. I'm like, oh god, are Spurs figuring
Yeah,
it out all of a sudden? Like,
I don't know how that happened. But
uh,
we stay fourth for another week at least, until we play Spurs this weekend. We simply have to take all 3 points, and I don't
yeah,
just mean like, oh, we need 3 points. I mean because Spurs are shit, like
yeah,
like they just are. Yes, they drew 2-2 with City. They're not good though.
but
And I just think the best thing for us is if Thomas Frank is still going to be there. I think that helps because I'm tired of.
oh
I
yeah,
don't want to be dealing with a new manager bounce at
no,
Spurs.
no. Seems
None of
like
this
every
Ryan
year we
Mason
get that.
magic, man.
Uh,
um, but again, they drew they're shit, but they drew 2-2 with City, so fuck me, right?
but
But
City are just struggling. Like they just it kind of feels like, remember when we had the team of stars, and like they just expected to win.
yeah, it
Like
does feel a
that's
little
how.
bit like the Galacticos from City. Like
Yeah,
you expect them to be doing more with the players
yeah.
they have.
I'm just gonna, like, they don't. It doesn't really seem like they have a leader. Like they
Yeah,
can say Bernardo Silva, but he's just out there yelling at people.
yeah.
So
It's Portuguese people, man. They just want to yell
yeah,
at everybody. Yeah, I'm
it's
trying to
it's
think.
not like,
Rodri should be a leader. Rodri probably should have been sent off today.
yeah,
Um,
Rodri should be a leader, but he's not. They don't have a Vincent Company. They don't have
yeah,
a Kevin De Bruyne. So it's like they should be better, but like City just are falling apart. And
yeah. No,
I
I
think
agree.
that Tottenham played into that. And so I don't really know how to rate Tottenham right now looking at this match, because they were shit in the first half.
Yeah,
They
they
looked
were
like they were
shit.
out of
Absolute
ideas,
shit.
and they had just City should have been 5-0 up. And then all of a sudden, yeah, they come back and do 2-2. But did the
Yeah.
crowd feed into that? I don't know.
Big up, no time, man. Welcome back. Says fourth baby, top of the world. Yeah, how we doing it? Debasti says we haven't beaten these birds since 2022. Yeah, they are a bit of a bogey side for us these
Yeah.
days, aren't they? We'll cross that bridge
Them
when
and
we get to
Brentford.
it. Brentford, man.
Oh,
Brentford doing the Lord's work today. What do you guys? So far, 43% of you say no. You still need a couple more matches to decide on Carrick, given
yep.
permanent job. So I'm going to end the poll there. 278 votes in the poll, though. Big up, you guys.
Nice.
Legends getting involved today. Lots of people. How many likes do we have? I'm going to refresh this. If we get to 75 likes, I'm going to, before we end up shutting down for the day, I'll give away another 5 memberships live here on the channel. We're at 64 likes. Give me 11 more, guys, before we wrap up, and I will throw out 5 memberships. Keep me honest, though. Kieran, welcome. New face, like it. At City, that gets on my nerves. How people think City are better than what they are. Nobody fears them anymore. Yeah, I don't worry too much about City, honestly. Not just because we beat them recently, but yeah, they're not great. And I of the two, I'd rather have them win the league than Arsenal because we know that there's a lot of question about the way City have done things over the while.
Hmm.
So Arsenal at least will have won it legitimately thanks to own goal. Is own goal going to be like their player this season?
That would be awesome.
Can they just? I wish like part of me wishes they would just get it and troll people with like a own goal statue, just a big OG statue outside of the freaking Emirates. Um, Shandy Welcome says he's the one who can manage his club if we can trust him like Ten Hag or Amram. Yeah, what sets Carrick apart from guys like Ten Hag and Amram? He's a little like around the same age, right? He's got
Mhm.
almost as much managerial experience as Amram does, save like what 2 years. Interesting. But yeah, good point. Devos says W. Sean in advance. Chat Sports, welcome back. Good football from both teams. Yeah, Fulham made us earn it today. Ebenezer, welcome. Like to see all these new faces. He's in control of the team. Bravo, Michael Carrick. Yeah, big up Michael Carrick. Keep an eye on those likes. I want to know if we get 75. Tobias says it will be a trophy with no one holding it. Shandy says give him finance to organize our defense and midfield department. Midfield for sure, right? We need some midfield
Yeah,
help.
we 100%. Yeah.
Michael says keep Holland out of the game. City have nothing. Yeah, I've said this.
Yeah,
How many
literally.
times have I said this? Anytime City drop points, you can go into like Foot Mob and you can almost bet your house on this that it will. If you click on Holland, it will say he had the least touches out of any player of the match. Like
Mhm.
it's like you can bet on it, man. Joss X United welcome says, just imagine we had Carrick at the start of the season and all those draws being wins. But you can't think like that because you'll just get mad. You'll just get frustrated. You can't play the what if game. Nobody wins when you
Mhm.
play the what if game, you guys. Remember that. Maber says, Carrick is the best coach for me. Interesting. A lot of people. All right, close the poll already. You guys should have been here to get involved with the poll. Maybe you were. We got 68 likes. Guys, give me nine. Is it no? How many? Seven more likes. Math. I know math. um, but yeah, so we got some matches, and we've got some people around us who have some big matches coming up too. Villa
Mhm.
have Bournemouth next week, but Villa also just dropped 3 points to Brentford as well, right? So that could be big. So we're just 5 points off third now because Villa shit the bed today. The Scousers do have City, so that could be a big match for Liverpool. If we can get something against Spurs, we can finally maybe put a little distance between us and
Yeah.
some people behind us. Give us a little tiny bit of breathing. I'm not saying you take your foot off the gas. I'm not saying it's
No.
guaranteed, but it gives so it's no longer we're fourth and then sixth and fourth and sixth and fourth and sixth simply because we haven't played yet. Chelsea have Wolves. They do have a midweek tie in the Carabao Cup against Arsenal, so they could be tired in that one so they could drop points. But this top four could be neck and neck between us, Liverpool, Villa, Chelsea, anyone for the next several months. It could literally come down to the final match week. A midfielder this month could have helped us maybe get that over the line, but I'm
Yeah.
not gonna. Again, what did I say about the what if game? What are your thoughts on all that, Dylan? On our top four hopes, on Carrick, and on all of it?
I again, Fulham. We passed part of the test today. The players still let him down, so I'm not sure what he can do to really get them in game to be better.
Yeah,
But setups. He seems like he's getting a tune out of him. Again, we got Fulham's one step. We're gonna have Spurs next week. Gonna have West Ham games. We should be winning. Can we keep doing that? That'll say a lot. If we are winning those games and we're starting to win them fairly convincingly, that's gonna say a lot. And if we keep like, doesn't even have to be like huge scores, but if it's like 3-1 and we controlled the game, hey,
yeah,
that's what we'd like to see. So if he can be consistent, maybe he drops a game here or there, but we consistently do well. We're consistently in it. I mean,
yeah.
hey, he's in for a shot with me at that point. So
Yeah, I mean it's tough. It's a tough ask. I don't know if we can anticipate an unbeaten run like we saw under him at Millsboro or whatever, but it would be nice. Michael
Mhm.
says it's crazy how we're getting excited about me. I'm not excited about it, but it's just being realistic about what our chances are right now. That's like that is what it is. I'm not going to celebrate it. I'm not Arsenal fan. I'm like that is what it is. But
Mhm.
we're just talking about it because I doubt we're going to get first, right? We could get third, maybe, if we get, go on a nice run and other teams start dropping points. But again, fourth is what we need in terms of finance. If people want to say we want to strengthen, we want to get these players, we need Champions League football because that's a lot of money. And so
Mhm.
every this like winning you it's funny you get more for like staying up in the Premier League than on the season than you do for winning the Champions League. Like it's a big every place you go higher in the table, you
Mhm.
get more money for. And so we need all that. Um, Josh likes Mateus Fernandes at West Ham. I liked him. I scouted him last year in my taking players from relegated teams when he was at Southampton. I did include him on my list. He's a good little player. Can go missing sometimes, but he's still very young, so it is what it is. We'll do another one of those later on this season when it looks like the relegation sides are done and dusted. I'll take 2 players from each team. Dylan, you're more than welcome to join in on that stream if you want to get involved. When we do that, I'll keep you posted. But it says Gomez might be a better option. Zhao. I mean, we need a lot. We need 3 midfielders.
Yeah, I'd take him for a rotation option. So
I think I've read that he could be going off to where did I see Atletico? I want to say, is that where it's going?
Yeah.
Yeah, because Atletico didn't they just sell somebody too? If I
remember Conor Gallagher.
Well, they let him go. I felt like there was maybe they're buying. No, they're bringing in a player today.
Adamella Lookman.
That's who it was. That's who Romano said. They're bringing in Lookman, and he's going to be on a lot of money. So I don't know if they're going to be getting João Gomez at this point. Let's see. Michael likes Somerville. I like Somerville as well. There's a lot of good players out there. I would still
Somerville. Yeah.
I like Somerville. He'd be a good option. There are a lot of really good options. We'll do that stream a little later on in the season. Give me a couple months to see what the right relegation side look like here.
We know one side.
Yeah, pretty much. And one of their players is already gone. Went to Crystal Palace already, so that's happening. But there are some good players. I got one of them featured in my next scouting report, so I'll keep that in mind. Chat Sports says subs has improved after Amorim. Carrick watches what's needed in game. Center back subs are not made every game. Nota says Carrick gives off confident, calm vibes, bringing the feel good much needed after recent years. Better than limping along to the end of the season. Yeah, he is very calm.
Yeah,
that's one thing. Yeah, we talked about that in my "How is Carrick going to set up United" video, talking about his tactics and whatnot. I did a lot of quotes from former players at Middlesbrough, and one thing that came up a lot was how calm he is. And when it trickles down from the top, when you've got a calm manager that's going to exude and kind of impact the rest of the team in a really good, positive ripple effect. Chats, it looks like he's going to Atletico Madrid. That's the word from Fabrizio Romano this morning. So, but you guys, what an amazing show today. Really, really, really amazing show. Tons of people getting involved. Almost 300 people voting. We got, 70? Did we get to 75? Let me see. I'm gonna refresh it. If we get to 75, I'm gonna throw out 5 memberships. No, we got 71. So
Oof.
We were 4 shy. But you guys, if you weren't able to catch the live, leave a comment in the video. You guys know I do check the comments with your man of the match, with some of your ratings if you want, your thoughts on Carrick, all of that. I do appreciate that. But first and foremost, make sure if you haven't yet done so, like the video, subscribe to the channel if you are new, you like what you see. Check the memberships out. Remember that just because the stream ends, the conversation doesn't. We do have a WhatsApp group. I refreshed the post over in the post section with a link to the WhatsApp group for Starting 11 and Legends members. Legends members, when we do the weekly kickabout, when Dylan and I come in midweek, you can join in on that virtually as well. It is a perk of your membership too. So keep that in mind. And then don't forget, today is the final day for 25% off in the United vs. Everybody store. There is a link pinned to the chat if you want to go get some one-of-a-kind United gear. None of it goes to the Glazers. None of it goes to Ineos, and it all supports the channel, but it all is the best way to represent your love for the club. But I do appreciate everybody getting involved. Michael says, thanks for the show. Going to have a few beers. Nice. I got a couple Guinnesses downstairs, so that would be nice to go maybe get one of those as well. I got to go do money stuff. I got to go do all sorts of stuff today, so it's always fun. Dylan, what do you got going on the rest of the day?
I was just working on prep work for the school week and working on paper stuff and in my college class and all the fun stuff. Oops. Sorry. I'm trying to check the likes here.
That's all good. Do a couple more chats real quick. Carrick is the best coach, says Timothy. Congratulations, all the team watching from Zambia. Wow, nice. Maybe if I believe Spurs, we were going to win. Nice. I like that energy. Big welcome to the channel, Timothy. Appreciate that. Chat says Alvarez must be going next season. That's going to be interesting. That's exactly the kind of forward that Carrick likes too, by the way, is those mobile kind of forwards.
Hey, even though he was at City, I'd take him.
I mean, yeah, that stuff doesn't mean as much to me as I think a lot of fans. I'm not saying that's good or bad. I just, if they're good, they're good. If they improve us, they improve us. But it is what it is. I'll do one more refresh. Did we get? No, we did not get there. So
close.
All right, guys, we're going to take it easy. We're going to enjoy the rest of our day. You go do the same, please, wherever you are. Stay safe, stay warm, most importantly, but also stay buzzing because this was a big, big win at home for us. So Appreciate everyone for stopping by again. Hit that like button on your way out, you guys. Go hype a couple of the old videos on your phone too, if you think about it. That does also help the channel a lot. I love seeing all the new faces. I love seeing the community grow. We are on the road to 3K. I believe in you guys. You can get us there. So until next time, you guys, take it easy. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and we will see you all on the next one. Later.
Have a good one, everybody.